the interview's about over?
Well, it's just starting. What kind of questions do you have for me?
Alright, I got lots of questions. What kind of dogs are these?
This is a Boston Terrier.
Uh-huh.
This is a French Bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
We're thinking of getting another French Bulldog.
Yeah?
So if anyone breeds him and wants to give me one for free,
You know the
I'll send you an autographed picture of me like that.
That's nice. Look at that sexiness. It's hot. So you want to tell us a little bit about your history, your training history?
My training history, I started training when I was almost 22 years old in New York City at Alliance Jiu-Jitsu, which was Fabio Clemente Jiu-Jitsu / Machado's, and now it's Alliance Jiu-Jitsu. Unfortunately, I wasn't there when Marcelo Garcia was training there. Missed out. I was living out here in California. So I trained there, I think, like maybe 3 years, 2-3 years, and then I moved to California to be a porn star, but that didn't work out. If you're a hermaphrodite, they don't want to see it. But now I can get work, definitely.
But back then it was tough for hermaphrodite.
That's like 10 years ago, 9 years ago. They didn't want to use me. They got grossed out. I'm a person too, and I have both. This is more room to do more things. So that failed, and then I became a bar back at Miyagi's.
Oh, wow.
Where I locked the general manager in the office when she tried to fire me and threatened her life. So now they have an order of protection on me. Whatever.
These things happen.
Hey.
So tell us about your training at Hicks and Gracie's.
Oh yeah, so then I transferred over to Hickson's. I was all excited, trained at Hickson's. Met a bunch of really cool guys that some of them I'm still cool with, some I just haven't spoken to. Hickson was never really there. When he would come, it was cool, it was great. The energy in the room, between everyone was great, and he's, that's the master right there. But he just wasn't there. And, eventually I got a little annoyed paying for Hicks and Gracie to not teach me.
Understandably so.
Yeah, I mean, and it was a troop. I had to drive pretty far to get there, all the time, and it just got annoying. So there's a couple other things. I trained there for maybe 2 years or so, and then they wanted me to pay money to test for my purple belt, and I was like, you want me to? What is this, a kung fu school, a taekwondo school? I'm not paying money to test. When I got my blue belt, it was just like, oh, you beat this guy, you won this tournament, here's your belt. Congratulations. Not like, oh, it's gonna cost this much money to get your stripe on your belt or whatever it was. So then I was pissed about that. And then Hickson was doing a seminar at his school, and they wanted X amount of dollars from me, whatever it was. And I was like, wait, this guy's doing it. What about all the months he didn't teach me? Like, I'd love to do it, but you shouldn't be charging me for that. Charge outside students, definitely, Hickson's in town, but his own school, Eddie's gonna do a seminar at 10th Planet. Oh, I'll be there. It doesn't make sense. It's so that just pissed me off, and I was like, I'm out. That was the end of it.
So you left that school, and then where'd you go?
I left that school, and then I went. It was Bomb Squad at the time, and I was just messing around with some kickboxing stuff. It was just opening, and they were telling me they're looking for jiu-jitsu instructors, and I didn't know. They brought a couple of guys and told me about it. I was like, fine, whatever, whoever you get, I'll train here, because Bomb Squad was across the street from my house. So then Eddie Bravo came in, and honestly, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he topped Toiler. I wasn't on the internet like arguing with people like I do now. I don't think I even had a computer then. It was like 6 years ago. I guess I did have a computer, but I didn't like go on. I looked at porn. I didn't and check my email. Argued with people on like graffiti websites. I used to write graffiti, and I didn't really know who he was. Then I found out who he was, and I was like, wow, that's huge. That's and I didn't know about the whole no-gi style he was gonna do. But what I did was when I went there and he started showing stuff, I immediately, and I was there from day one, I immediately said, I'm going to put my ego to the side, and I'm going to just learn what this dude has to teach me. I'm going to make believe I don't know anything, come in like a white belt, With, it was almost 6 years of training I had done. And I just took to his game, and, I sucked when I started, because it was like all new to me. And then I figured it out, and when I came in, guys that trained with him at Jean-Jacques were smoking me. And then once I picked it up a little bit, then it was over for them. Then it was, I was wrecking people in class. And I never thought of going or training anywhere else. If I train somewhere else, it's just because I want to train with different partners. But it's not like, oh, you're going to teach me a whole new world of jiu-jitsu. I have 11 years experience in jiu-jitsu, so I don't really, you're going to teach me a trick here and there or a certain thing, which is great, but this guy brings a whole system, an organized system, So it's amazing how Eddie's organized. If you go to his house, he's not really organized. His documentaries are on order, his DVDs. The guy doesn't watch any TV, he just has documentaries everywhere. And they're organized, they're not sloppy. He's not a sloppy guy, but you go into his little studio room, there's just a big mess. I don't know, he knows where he keeps his shit, I guess. But yeah, he's got a real organized system, and one thing always leads to another. It's like a big family tree that just goes in a circle, if that makes any sense. Branches.
Everything connects.
Yeah, so, I definitely have a love for the system, and, I'm real happy that I was blessed with, just finding it accidentally, just like, hey, I'm gonna train here. Oh shit, this guy's got some crazy shit that I've never seen before. And I utilize it, My flexibility was my biggest weakness, and not that it's a strength now, but shit, it's come along, man. It's really come along, just a lot of dedication and practice, and, stretching and trying different ways of doing things, and resting. And now I'm able to pull off a lot of the stuff that I wasn't able to pull off. Even today in training, like doing that double bagger thing. Even though I gotta grab my toe to do it, it's like I'm still able to do it. I wasn't able to do any of that shit, a year or two ago. So that's where I'm at now.
Great. Well, I think this interview's gone on long enough. We have to let Mr. Scotty Epstein get on with the rest of his life. So for 10th Planet Watch, I'm Alder Hampel. Scotty Epstein, thanks for tuning in.